Oh, yes, sir. We've been doing a lot of preparation so far. Just looking at the game film and starting to study them. Today's technically our day off as we start practice tomorrow. But we've been making sure that we're trying to get it down and trying to get to know them as good as we can, so that way we can execute plays and study them and be able to hopefully have some success this weekend.
Today's first question comes from David Pascal of the Chattanooga Times Free Press.
Hey, James. Coach Pinkel was on the teleconference yesterday saying, just talking about how much you guys have improved. When you go back to like the midseason, when you guys opened SEC play with Vanderbilt and Georgia, I mean, you guys were looking pretty good then. Where do you think you guys have made the improvement? And because he thinks you're playing your best football at the end of the year, where do you think you've made the most improvement?
I think actually it was after handling those first few wins in the SEC and being able to get that confidence, and especially after last year. I think that especially after the Vanderbilt game and then after the Georgia game especially, it was I think kind of a turning point for a lot of us, knowing that we can still succeed, we can still be great this season.
And then you guys obviously went through one of the there have been a lot of quarterback changes this year as a result of injuries. Y'all went through one too, but you guys seem to have had one of the smoothest ones. Can you just talk about the transition from you to Maddie and then back to you and how well that went?
I think it went really well, and the guys on the team did a great job of making him feel comfortable whenever I got hurt and came out. They were really supportive, and they all stepped up and made plays, and it built his confidence, and he's a great player, so he came in and he made a lot of good throws, made some good runs, and helped us get a lot of wins. And then coming back after I was hurt, the guys, they're excited for me to be back, and they still, even when a couple of times when I was struggling, made me feel comfortable and still had my back.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Next question comes from Dwayne Rankin of the Montgomery Advertiser.
Yes, James. Obviously, you're getting hurt this season. How difficult was it to watch games on one end, but then on the other end, you watch your team win games? So what was that like for you, maybe trying to balance both emotions as the season was going?
It was definitely frustrating having to watch on the sideline because I wanted to be out there and I wanted to be playing to help my team win. But at the same time, it was good to see them winning and knowing that they could still go in there and make plays, and especially on the offensive side of the ball, put up points and do a good job and be successful with Maddie in there. So it was exciting to see that, and at the same time, it was just frustrating because I wanted to be out there, and I just did a good job of my teammates did a good job of helping me through it and remaining positive.
Just wanted to follow up. Obviously, last week you guys beat A&M. Just take me through what that scene was like, knowing that hey, you were in control of your own destiny and to be able to control it and win that game. I guess take me through what that moment was like at the end of the game.
It was pretty exciting to be able to experience that and be a part of it. Knowing that it was my last home game in Columbia, it was definitely pretty emotional, but just going out there with the guys and focusing on the big picture of still going out there and playing football and winning the game. That's what I tried to focus on most of the time, and teammates did a great job of working together, and we all got the win.
Thanks, James.
Yes, sir.
Next question comes from Edward Ashoff of ESPN.com.
James, can you just talk about being in this moment in the SEC championship game, considering kind of the up and down career you've had to hurt off fast at Mizzou, and then obviously have the injuries last year and part of this season? Just what does this moment mean to you personally?
It's pretty exciting for me to be able to be at this point and to be able to come back this season and to have some success, and I'm just really thankful for it, and I'm glad that I did go through the things that I did, and it's helped me out a lot with my perspective and perception on some things, and I'm just thankful that I've gotten to come back after this year of getting hurt and that my teammates have welcomed me back.
After the season you had last year, could you envision yourself being here at this point?
Yes and no, just because I knew that. Are you talking about at the SEC championship?
Yeah, not just you, but your team, just after everything you guys went through last season.
Yes, sir. I mean, that was definitely one of our goals in the beginning before this season was to make it to the SEC or to win the SEC championship. And now we have the opportunity to do that. And we knew that last year we didn't handle injuries very well on both sides of the ball. A lot of frustration, and we weren't working together very well. And that helped us for this year when we did have a couple injuries on the offense and defensive side of the ball. We still worked together as a team, and we learned to pull through and not go against each other, be frustrated with each other, but help lift each other up. So coming into this season, we knew that if we could do that, stay healthy, and even if we did have injuries, still remain positive and have each other's back, then we could have some success this year.
Next question comes from Doug Roberson of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Hey, James, can you just give us a scouting report on Auburn's defense from what you have seen so far on film?
Yes, sir. I mean, they're a really solid team. There's some good players, and they all go extremely hard. I got to watch some of the live Alabama game Saturday before our game, and just seeing that. But from watching film, they all go really hard, and they run the ball. And I know it's going to be a challenge. They have some good players. They run. They don't really seem to do, at least from what I've gotten, too many things that to try and trick you. They line up, run their basic things, and they do really good job. They do a really good job at it.
Are they similar to any other defense that y'all faced this year?
If I broke it down more, yes, sir, I'm sure I'd find some. But I know they have a really good front seven and a good secondary, so I think it'll probably be one of the best front sevens we've played all year.